heavy will go in. Hi everyone, my name is Marilyn and welcome back to my channel. So if you notice that my voice is a bit croaky, that's because I currently have a cold, but I still wanted to do a video for you guys this week, so I hope you guys don't mind in my froggy voice. This week I'll be doing my foundation review, and I decided I'm going to start a foundation series whereby I'll be testing and reviewing and giving you guys my first impressions of the foundation, of new foundations that I get. So this week I'll be testing the LA Girl Pro.coverage high definition long wearing illuminating foundation. Wow, that's a mouthful. The claims the foundation makes are: it is a pro coverage high definition long wearing illuminating liquid foundation, is ideal for flawless looking full coverage finish, lightweight formula, is comfortable for all day wear, paraben free formula with added antioxidants, helps hydrate and improve skin's appearance. This foundation comes in 16 shades and I got mine in bronze and it was 950 shillings. That's actually less than what it is going for on the website, because I'm seeing on the website it's $10. So I got mine from this online store called Ken's Pharmacy, and I will leave the link down to their Facebook page for you guys if you're interested. And the foundation says it's an illuminating foundation. From what I understand from that is it's going to be a very dewy foundation, and I have braced myself for oiliness, and it is mostly geared towards, I think, dry skin. My skin is combination oily, so I'm going to be using the NYX Shine Killer to prime my face, and this side of my face I will use a blender, and this side of my face I will use a stippling brush. So that being said, let's get into it. So I'll just be going in with a damp blender and buffing that into my skin. Clearly, this isn't my shade. Oh my god. Like, I'm looking into the viewfinder and I feel like I look like Two-Face. Like, with the shirt and the foundation, I just feel like look like Two-Face. It's so crazy. But hopefully with like contouring and all that, it will be okay. For the first time in my life, I'm finding myself wishing that like a foundation oxidizes. So right off the bat, I can tell that it is actually very full coverage. I do have some blemishes around here, but I can barely see them. It has also, like my dark circles, it covered them. This is how the foundation looks when I've blended everything in, and I can tell that it is a shade lighter than my actual skin color, and I look like I just put on a mask on my face. So I definitely have to get the shade above bronze because this is way too light for me. So I noticed that it blends in a lot better with the blender. There's less work put into blending with the blender than there was when I was using the brush. You have to really buff it in with a brush, whereas with the blender it's just like a few stippling motions and you're done. Another thing, it sits very well on the skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing makeup, but it does feel sticky, but it still has, to me at least, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing the mask. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a mask like it looks like in my viewfinder. It feels very comfortable. no complaints there. So I'm going to do the rest of my face and then be back. I'm done applying the rest of my makeup and now it's 1:43 p.m. So I'll be back at the end of my day. I have a few errands to run, so probably around 5-6 I'll be back and let you guys know my final thoughts on the foundation, and see you all in a bit. Hey everyone, and I'm back, and it is now 6:01 p.m. and I have been gone for about 5 hours now. I want to say 4 or 5 hours. I know it is quite short because to test the longevity of a product you have to wear it for at least like 6 to 8 hours, but I just don't have the time and I'm losing light. So pros and cons of the foundation. Let's start with the cons. The cons is, number one, I don't think it's very long wearing, because throughout the day the more oily I got, the more I had to blot up my oily areas, and the more it transferred to like the sheets. My blemish is a little bit more prominent now, and that's because it was wearing off the more I was blotting. Number two, if you have oily skin, you will have to wear a mattifying primer, and you will also have to set the foundation with a powder, because if you don't do that, you are going to get extremely oily. And I use a primer and I also set the foundation, but I still got a bit oily on my T-zone, but I didn't mind, because like I said before, I really do like the dewy look. So that was what I was going for. I just didn't want to look like I was running for a marathon. Another con about this foundation is that it does oxidize, but in my case, this was a good thing, because it blended in more with my skin than it initially had. But there is still quite a bit of the yellowness going on, and so that's how I know it does oxidize, but just not a lot, just by like a small margin. Now to the pros of the foundation. I think this foundation has very good coverage. It's a medium to buildable coverage. I just did 3 pumps on my entire face, and that was more than enough for me. Like, I feel like you can get away with just 2 pumps and you can have like a medium coverage, or depending on your skin condition, you can build it up from medium to full coverage. The thing is that it sits so well on the skin. My face is breathing. It doesn't feel like I have, like, you know, when you wear something heavy on your face and you can tell you're wearing a really, really heavy foundation. Even though this foundation has really good coverage, it doesn't feel like it. It feels amazing on the skin, and I really, really love that. Another positive thing about the foundation is the price point. For 950 shillings and the quality of the foundation, I feel like you can't go wrong. Like, it's a really good bargain, and plus it comes in very many shades. So I'm sure I'm going to find my shade. If not, I'll just mix a darker shade with this one, because this is just a bit too yellow for me. So I'm just gonna get something redder, and I will have my skin shade. So my final thoughts are that, like, dewiness and all, I really absolutely love this foundation. So would I purchase it again? Absolutely. Though I think this will actually really last me a while, because if I just need 2 pumps for my entire face, when will I finish this whole thing? Like, really. I hope you guys like this video. If there's anything I forgot to mention, do let me know in the comment section. I will be sure to get back to you, and the links to the page where I got it will be in the description box, so do check that out if you're interested. Thanks for watching, and see you all in my next one. Bye. This week I'll be tasting. So this week I'll be why am I saying tasting? This week I'll be So what I did to eat. Oh my god, it just broke. My skin time. My wear of a matty priming.